Hello, hello, hello. Here I am. Hey, sir. It's just you and me. It's just you and me this evening. I don't think there's anybody else. It's just going to be you and me. Oh no, Vivian's just arrived. Hello, Vivian. Hello. So no Garry this evening. He's on his way back to the UK. In fact, he's on a ferry as we speak. He's on a ferry as we speak. I've left all my makeup at my partner's house, so I'm completely devoid of makeup, devoid of everything, and I haven't even got my uniform on, but I've got barefoot clothing. Look, hours we made that, and Ash's logo of the horses are on the back. So here we are. I don't know what we're going to do tonight. I haven't really been in the Phoenix group for a while, so it may be that we can go through the Phoenix group. Is that what you would like to do? I know there are other people that are wanting to join, but they haven't seen it yet. It's weird because normally when I come on, there's like masses and masses of comments, and it's just nothing. It's just us. Poor new nippers, those ones went in the bin. Even Kate laughed at how blunt they were. Yes, sharp nippers are, well, just sharp tools, full stop. And when you get into trimming, you go too far with tools that aren't really that sharp and they're a little bit blunt, and you think to yourself, when you do change, you're like, why didn't I change earlier? What's wrong with me? Aston's here. Hello, Aston. Good to see you. Woo-hoo-hoo. Megan's here. Hi, Megan. Lynn's here. Hello. I'm on my own today. Kelly Moore's here. Hello, Kelly. How's things with your mare? Yes, it's just us. It's me. No Garry. Shh, don't tell anyone. Vicky's here. Good morning, everyone from Australia. Good morning. It's very early in the morning for you. Sarah says, I'm waking up to GE, lol. Went to Khan this time. Yes, well, I don't use GE. not because I don't, they're all right. It's just expensive. So I use Nordic Forge. Those are my most favorite nippers of all time. 15-inch Nordic Forge. Love them. Jenny's here. Ekastrom. Hey, from Sweden. Hello. Jenny's here. Howdy. New Zealand clocking in. So it's just us, guys. There's no Garry. It's just me. I'm in white tonight, just for a change. And Garry's on a boat. He may even be getting to the other side because he got on the boat this afternoon. So he may even be getting close to getting to the UK, but he's not with us tonight. So it's just you and me. We can play and do all sorts of funny things. Garry's not around now. Or alternatively, we could just go onto the Phoenix group and have a look on there. Howdy, says Jade. Hello, Jade. Kelly Moore says polka isn't too bad. Caroline out on Tuesday. We have moved yards. Oh dear. She's not very settled. No. Yes. Well, that's what happens, isn't it? Poor things. They don't understand why they move, and they're getting used to smells and all that sort of stuff. And cross fingers that she does settle. I hope she does. William's here. Hello, William. Good to see you. I saw you the other day. Greetings from Tryon, North Carolina. Greetings, William. Good to see you. Janet Welsh is here. Evening. Caroline Schillig. Hi, fabulous warriors. Gorsworth's here. Hi, Bethan. Good to see you. It's good that you've all come to support me tonight on my own. Just all of my own. Deb Jacks is here. Evening. So, this evening, what are we going to do? Are we going to go down? Have you got a question for me? Or shall we go just straight into the Phoenix group? You tell me. The reason I'm late is because I've just been on a call with one of our students because we are dealing with yet another penetration case of a pony who needs desperate help. And when the x-rays and everything were taken, a trim was done, and they trimmed. Guess what they trimmed? Guess. The heels were high, and P3 was hyperpositive. And you know what they trimmed? You know which part of the foot they trimmed? Very close to penetration. Do you know which part of the foot they trimmed? The front. They trimmed the... What is that about? Left the heels alone. Oh, is it meant to have heels that high? No, they weren't. The X-ray told you that they weren't, but you didn't realize that. Left the heels alone and trimmed the front of the foot. Next thing you know, P3 was straight through. And that's what we're dealing with. So I can't share anything on that case just yet. Straight to the Phoenix group. Okay. I can't share anything on that case yet. There's a few cases we can't share information on just yet, but we will share some as they move along and get to the safe zone. And I don't mean safe zone as in ponies already in a safe zone. I mean safe zone as in it's safer to allow other people in the world to see it, because you know what they do, don't they? When they start seeing stuff that they don't understand, they will try and cause problems, which is not good, is it? Sarah says, found the cause of Squire's lameness, small black holes in his back feet. Little infections he's got in there, is he? Why is that? Let's have a looky. Have you taken pictures? Kelly Moore, into the group, right? Into the group, they say. What is it about that? You really like that, don't you? You really like me going in, or Garry and I going into the group. Hi, Anne. Good to see you. I hope that you were getting on with, what's that lady's name? What was the lady's name with the big horse that had the problem the other day? God, I'm sorry. Honestly, I can't remember anything. Phoenix. Okay. Going in. Hello, Monica from Czech. I just keep saying hello. We question. Hope I can answer question correctly. We question. Hope I don't understand. Deb Jack's poor pony. I know. Oh, yes. And of course, it is. Everybody has said PTS. So there's some major rehab got to go on for both humans and horse. And it's down to us to try and help. So that's what's going to happen. Hi, Catherine Brown, Charlie Brown. How are you? Yes, think so. There was tiny stones and managed to clear it out with this trim. Good, yeah. Don't go chasing stones, folks. But unless you're trimming with your brand new rasp and you need to flick them out, because that's not very great, is it? You don't want sparks. That's what happens when you go across stones with your rasp. Sparks. So that's the only time we pick them out. And when you lower the hoof wall down to the hard sole plane, you keep doing that and you do it regularly. You don't allow that to grow. Then those holes that do appear at the quarters sometimes, and sometimes around the front, even without much separation, you get them, will gradually start to heal up with a good squirt of Lucillin as well. But don't genuinely, go in, David, pick more out. Just only take them out when you're bringing the walls down, because they'll sort themselves out. And it is a myth that they travel all the way up the foot. Gravels, they call it, or they used to call it gravels. Just call it stones in the foot now. Trudy. Yeah, that's it. Nikki's here. Hello, evening all. Jenny, what do one do for the pony right now in this stage? What do we do? Well, we get the back of the foot into where it needs to be fast. That's the thing that you have to do. You have to get the back of the foot. You have to get the heels down because they've been ignored. The heels are very high. So the heels have got to come down on all 4 feet. With this pony, hinds are problematic too. But it looks like, from what we can see, and from what our pro was experiencing when she went to visit, and there's been a few visits as well, getting these owners up to speed, because this is a serious situation. And if the owners aren't 100% on board, you can't do it. You can't do it. It's not fair unless the owners are 100% on board. It's totally possible. There's no degeneration of P3, so it's 100% possible. But the owners have to be on board, and they have to fully understand how we got to that situation and how we're going to come back out of it. So it's all about the heels initially, and it's difficult because they're sore and they can't pick their feet up very well. So that is a difficult situation. But that's where you start getting the heels right down very quickly, is where you go. gravel run, loads of tosh. I know. That's what they used to say. Gravel's going to go up. Hey, sisteries. Hey. Okay, so Jenny says, whoops, meant to say, hope I can ask a question correctly. When trimming to the hard sole plane, respecting Mother Nature's constants, when dealing with the outer hoof walls in a high-low situation, what if the lower side is lower than the HSP, say due to white line disease or weakness? Are we talking about the quarters? You ignore it. Basically, just ignore it. As long as it's not above the heel to toe pillar plane, then if it's lower, it's lower. You just ignore it. You don't do anything about it. I think that's what you're saying. Georgie, hello. Is that what you were saying? I don't. Let me read it again. So respecting Mother Nature. We're dealing with the outer hoof wall. Well, where? Tell me where in the outer hoof wall in a high-low situation, lower side. Yeah. And you mean in 1 foot? Are you talking about high-low between feet? Be more specific. I don't know what you mean. I have to try and picture it in my head. Trudy's here. Hello, Trudy. Hi, everyone. Jeanette's here. Bonsoir. Hi, everyone. Hi. Gosh, it's 25 past nearly already. I've only been here 10 minutes saying hello. All right, should we get into the Phoenix group then? Let me just move some tabs around because I know that I've got one ready. Where's that gone? Where have you gone? Let's just close that one down. Bear with me. Just bear with me. I will be with you any moment. Hold on. Oh, Frederica's here. Hello. Right, present. Share screen. The Phoenix Way. Path to Hoof Health. Here we are, live. Oh, somebody's trying to get in. Look at this. Right, should we? Oh, by the way, anybody see this? 8.1 thousand members and still going up. It doesn't slow down, guys. It seriously does not slow down. Can you see it? Look at this. This is in 6 months. What's it what's it going to be like? Not really, just over 6 months. What's it going to be like when we are in 12 months? I think we should take bets because we've already done that here. I've written down what I think, and Gary's written down what he thinks, and the girls have written down what they think. Rachel's. We all have written down what we think is going to be the number on Christmas Day. So I think you guys should play the game as well. I think you guys should play the game. I think we should all take a guess where it's going to be and have some kind of poll. Write it down. Have your guess. You can put it up here if you want to. Write down your number and keep it safe somewhere, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens because I'm intrigued because exponentially it's going to start rising. I think Sarah says 18.7. I wasn't as optimistic as that, but I wasn't far off. 20,000 once the US gets on board. Yeah, US is getting on board. 20,000 in 1 year. Well, anything can happen. Who knows? Yep, thank you. Between heel quarters and toe quarters, in particular, where the hoof wall may be crumbling, just ignore it. There's nothing you can do about it. You just make sure that the sole, any chalky material on the sole is removed. If that, because it happens as well when you are rehabbing horses that have been in shoes as well. They will crack off the quarters, and what can you do? You can't put it back. So you just ignore it. Make sure the foot is balanced. All right, let's get down here then. Let's get on down. Oh, that's us. Hi. Yes. Is Tracy Gray turned up yet? Right. 34 minutes ago. If you've got posts you want me to look at, then tell me about it. Otherwise, I am just going to go down the page. I haven't seen this today, so let's have a look. Hello. I would like to ask some advice. My mare is lame on both front feet. Oh dear. The vet took x-rays today. I was told Oh, incidentally, just so you know, Caroline, because I know Caroline's in here. I don't know if any of our other admins are in here, but Caroline, if you're watching, can you jot down who we cover this evening? And then when we put the link in the group, you can put that link in their post and say, we covered this in the live tonight. Can you do that for me, my lovely? That'd be great. I was told she had thin soles. How many times do you get told that's the case? Now, the horse might have thin soles, but people say it all the time. I don't know what's wrong. Must be thin soles. And in order to get better, would need to be on rest. Walking only. Well, that's right. And to just wait it out until it grows better. She's 10 years old. How do horses just... A good question for you here, folks. How do horses suddenly get thin soles? How does it happen? How do they get thin soles? I've had her for 3 months. Oh. My vet told me she had laminitis in the past. Can anyone give me advice or opinions? I'm guessing that you're not English. Pictures of today. Oh, I'm not, whatever. Right. Okay, here we go. So this is a... Oop, let me just make that smaller. So this is a shot. Look, this is a DP looking straight at the coffin bone here. Can I see? Can't really see. It's a bit dark. Can't really tell an awful lot of what's going on there, but this might be a problematic area. You see the navicular bone? Do you see these little marks here? They might be a cause for concern on the flexor surface. What's going on up here? That's interesting. That might be a cause for concern. Oh, hello, we disappeared. Or it might not be. You can have some changes to the navicular bone and it not be a problem. You see they're slightly different on this side, but they're there. Okay. That's one thought, one comment. We've got some mediolateral imbalances. Look, this is a smaller, tighter space here, wider space here and here. So that's showing us that we've got some mediolateral imbalances. Now, remember, folks, you often get this shaping with P1. So the articulating surface with joint with P2 is often like this, not straight. So don't let that put you off. That's just how the bones are built. Oh, right. Okay. So if we go back now and we look at that left fore, we can see, even though I can't see because I've got a lot of shadow on my I've got a lot of light on my screen, but this is showing you. I can't really see it very well, but we probably do have quite a bit of degeneration down here, is what that looks like to me. Is that what it looks like to everybody else? I can't see that very well. Right, where are we? Let's move on. Let's get back to that one. Oh, damn it. There. So, do you see this shaping here? Do you see that that's slightly grayed out there? And then you get this bit that comes out here. So this horse has lost a fair bit of the bottom of P3. So it has had some degeneration of P3. And it's lost quite a bit in that area that we could just about see on the DP. And the reason that looks slightly grey there, and then you've got this, which is more intense, whiter, is because it's got like it has that double tip. You see that when you have a notch in the front, which is natural, but this isn't natural. This is caused because we've got degeneration at the front of P3. We have had high heels in the past, but what we now have with this horse is we don't have a very strong foot at all. We've got a little bit, I would say, of a weak foot here and a weak digital cushion, but nevertheless, the heels need to be in a better position. However, you're not going to make a great deal of difference to the angle of P3 here. You're really not. You will make a little bit of difference. But the reason that your horse is having pain is more to do with the fact that she's got quite a bit of degeneration of P3. Can't really see the shoulder of the coronary groove very well. The hoof wall doesn't look like it's gone too crazy further away from the dorsal wall of P3, and that's mainly because this angle is at a better angle. But at some point during this horse's life, before you had her, she had high heels and something was going on in the toe, which is what's caused her to degenerate. That's quite sad. Okay, so this is we got these little notches in the navicular bone on the flexor surface. The outline of P3 is looking effect. Can you see there's no notch there? So it wouldn't have been a natural notch. We've also got something going on up here potentially. How old is this? Did she say how old this mare was? That's mediolateral's not too bad there. Yeah, look at that. This is I don't know whether they've been that's been taken as that's not a straightforward lateromedial. That's been taken at a slightly oblique angle. That's not a straightforward lateromedial. That's been taken at an oblique angle, which is why it looks more pin sharp and pointed. Yeah, it's an oblique. Let's have a look at this DP. Oh, we're back to the same spot. What was that up there? Don't know what that is. Okay, so yeah, you have got that one has not. I think it has been taken at more of an oblique angle as well. I think. I don't know. Not as oblique as the other one. The other one's more oblique. So what we have got going on here is we have got. How old is she? 10. Damn it. Yeah, you've got a horse that definitely has got some degeneration of P3. So my advice to you would be, obviously, we've got to get the diet and the management right. Don't exacerbate that by having any amount of problems with the diet, which are going to give her more inflammation in her feet, because the more inflamed or any inflammation she has is just going to set it off all the time. You've got to make sure that her feet are trimmed properly. I need to see some pictures. So can you edit this post, Milani, and can you put in pictures of her feet? Because that's really important for us to guide you on the trim. I want to see pictures from below, from the back, from the front. And if you go into the guide section, you will see what pictures we need. So let's have a look at that, and then let's see if we can make a plan. Plus, Milani, I need you to tell us how you're feeding her, what you're feeding her, if you can get her hoof boots, that kind of thing. Okay, another Milani, but this is a Melanie. Let me just go back to see what you guys are saying. La 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 la. Let's just stop sharing for a minute. Let's go back to see what you guys are up to. La 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 la. Jade says, I think 26k in 12 months. I think we'll pick up steam. We're already steaming ahead. Okay, Jade says 26. We need to remember this. we need to remember what our predictions are, and this is day 71 when we did our predictions. Somebody scribble that down. We made our predictions on day 71. Someone makes them that way. Frederick, what? I've missed it. I don't know what that's about. Personal preference trimming. Yes. Oh, because that was the question I asked. What was the question I asked? Personal preference trimming. Yes. Can you please look at Sherry Bauer Abdullah if you can? She's had some good advice, but would love your thoughts. We'll need to search her post a few days ago. Okay. I'll have a look for that. Jen, yep. Vivian, no, it's only the quality of the X-ray. Thought so. The shadow part. That's what I thought. 10, I think. 10? 10. Oh, Sarah's erring on the side of caution. She says 10,000 by Christmas. I think more than that by Christmas, but we'll see. Maggie Thrussell, hello, good evening. Right, let's get back to it. We'll do Melanie's. Kelly says 22,000. I will go. You're going to go for 20. Ooh, they're quite big. Now, from what I've heard, you naughty Phoenix warriors, you've been going out there into other groups, causing all sorts of mayhem by mentioning our group. Oh dear. And that's put a few knickers in a twist, I believe. So be careful where you put, my dearest Phoenix warriors. Be careful where you go. I know it's tempting because you go in and you see a post and you get all this confusing information for this poor owner, and you're just like, oh God, if you only came over here, you'd get some solid, steady information that's not all over the place. And buy this supplement and buy that one's very, very amazing, and this will fix it. And I was told this, so I use this supplement for my horse. And if you put this particular pad on, or leave the heels, or take, all of that happens, doesn't it? So just be careful, because I've spotted it. I haven't gone in. I can't. I think I'm blocked from many of them, but that's fine. I don't go in them anyway, as I never do, because I'd rather lick windows, as you know. But I have been told, because quite a few Phoenix warriors message me and go, have you seen this? Well, of course I haven't seen it. And then I get screenshots. And some of them are quite amusing, where they're like, don't anybody in this group ever mention the damn cult ever again. I can't stand it. What, the one that's growing in numbers quite quickly? It's going to be past your group in a minute. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, what do we want? If owners go into these groups, and there's a couple of those groups I supported back along, and still do in a way, because what everybody needs to go somewhere and find some decent help. But the problem is that the reason that we started this group up is because you get snarky comments, you get people judging people, and then you get all the conflicting advice, and you've got admins of these groups, and our admins are red hot, and so consequently what they do is they make sure that the message is kept on, very much focused and very much online and on message. So they remove anything that isn't, because we don't want it to conflict, and we don't want people to have that to have that confusion in their minds. So that's why, one of the reasons we set it up. I remember before we set it up in January, and it was in a bit of a whim, or at the very, very end of December, I went, oh, let's just do it, because I had my students coming to me going, oh, why, we go into these groups and there's just such a lot of rubbish or a lot of confliction, not always, but a lot of the time, and it doesn't help. So can we set up a group, they said. And I was like, yeah, go for it, go ahead. And then I just thought, oh, you know what, let's just set up a group for all of us, and that's what we'll do. But But it transpires that if you keep going into these other groups and saying, "Please, can you just go and follow the Phoenix," they don't like it. They don't like it. They're getting a bit titty with you. So don't get yourself booted because that might happen. But just it's very lovely. But I know we're trying to get to 21,000 by Christmas, but that they just get the knickers in a twist. Um Twisty knickers. No, you asked the age of the horse. Oh, I see. 10. Right. 18.7, you think. Of course you do. That's right. Yes, 18.7. William says 21,000. Well, you certainly will if you keep going in there, everybody, and telling all the other groups to come to us. Kelly says 22. That's right. Kelly says 22. Lynn says 14.7. I was like you, Lynn. I'm a little cautious. I kind of was hovering between you and Sarah, I think. Yeah, more like that's where I was. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is because I can't remember. And Garry wrote it down, but I knew it was around about there. Catherine says 15.4. David says 200,000 when the world finds out I'm training to be a pro. Right. Well, it'll be at 200,000 someday. And when it is, what the hell are we all going to do? How am I going to be just sat here wizened and drawn and knackered where I'm just no, I won't be, because there will be other people sitting where I am right now and they'll be doing it, not me. And sit and cackle about it. Oh God, yes. Yeah, I know, cult. What happened to Barefoot Live group? Oh, so the Barefoot Live group, we closed it down. And we closed it down because this began, and we realized that because in the Barefoot Live group, people were coming along to see lives, and they were and it was a subscription based group. So what we did is we closed all that down, and we decided that we wanted to give information away free. And if then we'd promote our courses, if you wanted to do intense intense training, if you like, or intense learning, all in one place. The 15-day and the 10-day challenges were born, and we decided that instead of having Barefoot Live, we would have this. So the difference is that we don't interview people. That might happen in the future again, because it was great fun and we had some brilliant interviews. I mean, we have got a catalogue of incredible interviews that we've done in the past. And maybe what we should do is occasionally post some of those interviews up in here. You might like to see them, because we interviewed all kinds of really interesting people. Karen Rolfe, Masterson, Dave McDonald from Scoots, the guys from Equine Fusion, that was Sven, the guys from Swiss Gallopers, and so many more. Greg Sokolowski from the Houston Mounted Police Department, he came on quite a few times. Rebecca Blontoff from the CPL lady, well, two-hour presentations of that one. Only I'm not going to put that up in a group because we've kept that one for our training program. But we did loads and loads of interviews. It was such good fun. But nowadays we just do these lives to help you to go just support the information in the group. So that's what happened to Barefoot Life. That was just a long-winded answer to that. Basically, it got closed down. It's just how it goes. We moved on. We're doing something different now. Yes, I was booted and told off. Naughty. Naughty Georgie. Oh dear. We say here they just got their panties in a wad. Is that what you say? No, we say knickers in a twist. You got your knickers in a twist. Guess what? Wex is out. Boot freeze looking good. Oh, I saw that you'd messaged me, but I hadn't read it because I was on a call. Is that what you were saying? Oh, wait a minute. Brilliant. Oh, listen, everybody. He's boot free. How can that be? How can that be? He's got this like long toe thing at the front of his foot, and that must be straining his tendons. And Making him trip. Bethan, that's so cruel. Oops. Nikki, get Greg back. Oh, he loved it, didn't he? Oh, they were great interviews. Those were the days. We started it in lockdown. We started it when we went into lockdown, and we thought, what will we do to keep people interested in barefoot? So we started Barefoot Live, and we did all these interviews. It was great fun. Great fun. Interviews would be amazing. It takes quite a bit of setting up, though, I have to tell you, which is another reason why we stopped it. And Vanya, one of our lovely admins, who's also an HMB Pro second year student, she was the main lady who set it all up, and I wouldn't even want to put that on her again, because that was some tough setting up that. Or a wad in their pant. Go Wex, says Jade French. Yes, yay Wex. Jen says, Lord, don't pop my interview. Oh, because we've still got. I think I have that downloaded somewhere. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's in here. It's downloaded in here. And I remember, Jenny, I don't know if I told you this, but I remember that I hadn't quite done my due diligence. So I hadn't quite looked into Minnehaha Haven. I knew who you were, and I knew that you did some amazing work, but I hadn't actually. I think I had looked, but there weren't any major pictures of the feet at that time, right? And just before we went live, just before I met you and we went live, either somebody shared it with me or I happened to come across. I was still scanning, and I happened to come, and I went, "Who?" Because I saw a picture of a chopped off toe, right? And I went, "Oh God!" And I told Garry, and he went, oh, steer the conversation to something else. So we did, and we succeeded so well in that interview. It was a lovely interview, and we all chatted away, and it was so lovely meeting you, and it was so great listening to your rehabs. It was so brilliant. And then you mentioned the feet, and I could feel Garry going, oh God. And I was like, oh God, what do we do? Don't mention the feet. And then, of course, we showed pictures of it. I think, did we? I'm not sure. I don't know. Did we show, or did I just like skirt over that? I don't know. I can't remember. I think I was a bit rabbit in the headlights. I was like, oh God. And afterwards, it went out, and nobody really said much in the group. They were like, oh dear. And then I remember you messaging me the next day and going, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Did I confuse your members, your listeners, because we don't do it the way that you do it. We do it a different way. And that was kind of it. And we had a nice little bit of an exchange. And I think I said to you, oh, well, good luck. It's all good. If you ever need us, come on back. And one day you did come on back. I remember it very, very well. I remember that. I do. But we're where we are now. Vicky says 16 and a half. Yeah, somewhere around that area somewhere. Lydia says, just joined. Did I miss some good stuff? We're just guessing, Lydia, where we think the Phoenix group will be in terms of members on Christmas Day. Everybody's putting up their guesses, and we'll come back to day 71 and look at those guesses when we're around Christmas, leading up to it. Be like, who's going to win the prize? And we'll have to have a prize. I might win the prize because I actually put a number down as well. We'll because you've all written it and it's come up, and whoever gets it will win a prize. I don't know what the prize is going to be. It's Christmas. Who knows? Could be anything. Won't be a pony. I can tell you that now. Definitely won't be a pony. No. Or a horse. No, it's not going to be that. So put up your guesstimate. We're at 8.1 thousand now, and we've done that in 6 months. What is it going to be at Christmas? What do you think? Wowza, Bethan, go Wex. Yes, you did, Lydia, but you are here now. But you can watch it again. It doesn't matter, does it? Aggressive equine hoof care will have his knickers in a twist for sure. Oh, we know who we're talking about. I love Australia. Well, I've never visited Australia, but I shall be doing next year. But there are some groups there. They're not very nice. Not very nice. If I could turn back the clock, I trusted what the pros would do. I know you did, my lovely. I know. And you weren't. We've talked about it. I know. We oh, that's Pinky barking. We've talked about it before, but you weren't at that stage in your journey that you weren't ready. That's right. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, but you weren't ready. You so are now. You so are now. Hello, Anne from Stratford. Hello, hello. Sarah says, and now Jen's a pro in training. I know. Crazy, right? And I mean, Garry reckons it's only 2 years ago, but it isn't. It's about 3 years ago, I think. It was over COVID when we did it, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Georgie Williams says 15,000. Becky Bragg's going harsh. This is 21K. It's got to be 21,000. So who was the highest? Somebody said 22, didn't they? Vivian says, could we maybe return to the Phoenix group? Aston did ask for Cherry's hoof case. Yes. Hold on. Megan says 21.3. I'll go back and have a look at that. Okay. Who was it? It was Cherry. I love the fact that you guys... I love the fact that you just basically run me now. You just say, Lindsay, do that. Get in the group and get on with it. Stop chatting. Like that. That's all I am to you now. That's all I am to you. You can just abuse me, make me do things. Here we go. Right, Cherry. If I search there. No, see, it does weird things. What did Garry tell me to do the other day? Click on members, he said. Click on members and then click. Oh, look, we have a band bit there. I can't really look at that. You might be able to. I don't know whether you're allowed. You can see that. Cherry. That one. Okay. Is this it? Which one is it? I posted regarding Zoe's laminitis, and while I patiently wait for the pros to give me guidance to start my 15-day challenge, I need to ask for horse housing advice. I have an opportunity to buy my own place. Okay, I'll leave that one with you guys because already there's 8 comments. That's fine. Right, let's go on to this one. This is the one you're on about. Is this the one you're on about? This is the one you're on about. Hi, HM. I am a new member with a 15-year-old Arabian mare. She began getting a crest in April. She was removed through a dry lot, but was still fed alfalfa at a boarding facility. Right. Due to extreme heat, unknown to me, she was not turned out for a week. She was trimmed on June 19th. I moved her to a new facility on July the 1st. So hard to keep up. She was switched to a grass hay only diet. Right. Oh, so hey, yeah, no alfalfa. All right, good. No supplements. She's been doing her homework. No supplements, no grain, and no meds. Started exhibiting soreness on both front feet. Called the vet July the 5th. When did we move? July the 1st. So that was a bit stressful event for her, wasn't it? The photos start with the left front to right front. I'm in Texas, USA. I will be taking your course, but if you could all help me with my sweet girl, Zoe. The right front x-ray, she was not standing straight. She was wiggling, so it's poor angle. Adding an update. I had a devastating experience on Tuesday. A farrier was walking on horses in the barn. I don't know if I want to read on. I don't know if I want to read it. Okay, I'm going to have to read it. Horses, and someone told him about I don't want to read it. Without my knowledge, consent, or even meeting or talking to this man, he went to my pony stall and filed down her left toe and filed. What is going on in this world? People. Oh my goodness. What are these people like? Did you hear with Alistair Plaiston Horgan the other day when her dear horse Rosie, who's Garry's client, and you've seen her feet many times when we rehabbed her from the last episode, she went in and she was totally sound. It was nothing to do with her feet. She was colicking. She went into the vets And he took 3 centimeters off her feet. I haven't seen the pictures yet. I think Gary's scared to share them with me in case I plaster them all over the Phoenix group. I'm so annoyed. How dare they? And Alison was like, I didn't give you consent to do that. What are you doing? It's like, oh, I know you own the horse, but I can do whatever I like. It's wrong, people. It's really wrong. And the horses and animals shouldn't be treated like this. It's really, really bad. It has taken me an entire day to be able to talk about it. You poor soul. So much horrible drama. I mean, how dare they? No. The barn owner and manager is outraged. What, outraged with you or outraged with him? Her? I don't know, is it him or a her? Did he say him? Yeah, it is a him. I am still in total disbelief, so I am sharing new photos of her left foot. I'd love to hear from a pro on what steps I do to help my pony ASAP. It's 3 days ago. Okay, let's do it. Ooh. Right. Zoe. So, ultimately with P3, not too bad. We just have potentially a little bit of change down here. And palm processes are a little bit high. So definitely heels need to be addressed. Looks like they're removing the toe. The amount of change here is the same as the amount of change there. Looks like we do have the beginnings of some ring bone. That was her left fore. Let's move on. Yeah, this is interesting. This little spot here. Let me just go back and have a look at that. So this little spot here could just be a little bit of something, or it isn't. I would want to investigate that a little bit more. Left fore, still left fore. Let's go back and have a look at that a minute. Mediolateral's a little bit off. Can't really see it. Can't really see that. It's a little bit out of focus, guys. I know you know, but that we've got to try and keep them as focus as possible because it makes it so doubly difficult. And I know you want help fast. So if you want help fast, we've got to get, because look, all this is lovely in focus, but your foot isn't. That's better, but it's at the wrong angle. Yeah. And don't overly wash your horse's feet. Just get a towel to it and wipe it. Can you see that there's a big difference between the right fore and the left fore here? Do you see the difference? See the length of the dorsal wall? I know it's a little deceiving because this photograph's taken from at this angle and not down here, but there definitely does look to be shorter on the left front, doesn't it? Can you say yeah? So yes, we've got high heels here, but if you go back to that, it's not a crazy amount, but the heels are too high, right? We can see that. And then you can see just here. Can you see the bar? Can you see that it's actually higher, this bar, than the outer hoof wall here? So that's not comfortable at all because the poor horse is walking around on this area here and all of this needs to disappear. And then you'd find that you'd have quite a bit of heel to take off. Yeah. And same on this side. Only this one looks like it's around about the same height as the outer hoof wall. This is seriously unpleasant. And this is bar material. Big bars, chunky bars, pushing down into the foot that is not comfortable. And it looks like there's a ton of accreted material too. And I don't think we can see hoof wall there, but we can see a callus, which always tells us a tail, doesn't it? Oh, and there it is. Yippee. So all been removed from basically here to here. Bit of 10 to 2 trimming there. So they believe that this is okay for the horse to walk around on, but you can see horses creating a callus, which is not going to be something that you can balance to. And all this has been left. Lovely. Or not, as the case may be, may be. All of this extra material, all of this extra material has all been left. And this, incidentally, down here is not part of the true bar. Part of the true bar finishes around about here, and all of this is extra stuff that about here, extra stuff that is not needed. You see how it's sort of black? That's because stuff is underneath it and having a party. Yum yum. Let's get in there and cause infection, and then all of this is left. I so hope one day that we have standards in hoof care. I really do. Never mind. What we got here? Photo show Penny's right. Photos shows bars blocking hoof function. Yep. Consequences are rotation with separation of P3. Well, what will the ultimate consequence will be rotation, because they'll allow the heels to get higher and higher, and you won't be able to find the true hard sole plane in here because it's all covering it. So ultimately that is what's going to happen. So this would be coming down at that angle, if it was correct, from about here, which would be around about the point of the frog. So everything in front of there would be left alone. Is that the same foot or a different foot? Is that the same foot or a different foot? That's the same foot, isn't it? If you are going to put pictures up, I mean, I know this is the left 4 still, but it's just the same photos, is it? Okay, let's keep going. So can you see the difference? So with the, it's just something beginning up here, I think. Can you see the difference? So 2 feet that are not having P3 in the same position. So wouldn't it be lovely if they were like this? But no, we got one like that and one like that. How unpleasant for the horse. And that is common as muck. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to move on. La 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 la. Sorry if it makes you feel sick. Right. So that's the right forefront. You can see the hoof wall here. You can just see the shadow of the coronary groove. So we've got a little tiny bit here, which I think this horse has been definitely going up and down with its heel height, which of course it will have done. That doesn't look straight. She said it was moving, wasn't it? So we can't really use that much. Oh, that's nice. Is that what they did? Just came in and chopped that side off? Why? Why would you do that? Yeah. Don't know. Yeah. Or is that just broken off and you just filed it off? This is the right front. It says here, Becky says left heel is higher than the right. Certainly it looks like we've got this foot slightly rocketed on this heel, and it does look slightly higher here. So this point here looks slightly higher than that point, but it is a slightly twisty foot. So we don't particularly know for sure, but what we can see is these high spots. It isn't in the right position to balance heel to toe, but I can probably guarantee that these high spots are in the way. But of course, we can't do anything at the toe area because there's no toe wall there. Can't see it. It's disappeared. It's gone off the edge of a cliff. It's like an infinity callus. People, stop doing this to horses. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, we need to take the toe back because it's really important that the toe is taken back to improve breakover. Or do you know horses with toes like this will trip? They will more likely trip with a very shortened toe than they will with a long toe. That's the truth. Look at all of this business going on. So the person who's doing this is going, well, I need to take the toe back to improve this. What about leaving all of this? You've left all this here. So this person who knows so much about the hoof has done this and left all this. So you don't know that much about the hoof then. Well, I do. I know that we're meant to take this back to improve breakover, Smith. Or we are meant to take it back because there's tearing of the lamina, Smith. So tell me what you're meant to do with this then. Well, I don't know. Leave it. But you just told me you know everything about the dough. You don't know anything about the bars. Well, I don't know. Just kind of leave it. This great mass of stuff. I don't know. And then round about the heels, we'll just leave that too. And massively over thin the side of the foot. Like, let's just completely, oh my God, why did Mother Nature even create hoof wall for the horse? Oh, the horse doesn't need it. Just remove it. File it away. Doesn't need it anymore. Lucy. It's Lucy here, ma'am. Think the horse does need its hoof wall. Quite right, Lucy. Dear God, look at these heels. It's just a mess, isn't it? Okay, but it's not horrendous and it is salvageable, although... So what we need to do is we need to get out all of this. Just ignore all of this at the front for the time being. And you need, all of this needs to come away and be this is just all extra bar mixed in with sole. It's just a mess. Like Penny said, locking the foot up. All that needs to be cleared, looked into. I guarantee this will lift. And then the heels can come back. Then you can ignore this and you can do the back of the foot. You need somebody who knows what they're doing. And if you're going to do it yourself, you need to get onto those challenges because you're going to have to learn a little bit more about trimming, because it's going to make it so difficult for us if we're not all on the same page, because you also have to be in the same page with regards diet and management. Oh, hello, chicken. So I'm not surprised your horse has been having... Ooh. Right. Look. Can you see laminae there? I can. And then there's the cell completely removed. I thought that was the end of the pictures. I thought what was what we were looking at was it. Oh, God. Well, it certainly looks neater, doesn't it, now? So it's much neater. Therefore, it's going to be better for the foot and for the horse, because it looks best from the outside. It looks good now. But the horsey won't think that it's good. That is so bad. And don't we see this all the time? It's just so unnecessary. It was nothing on the ground here. Look, from here forward, we got big shadow. It's just nothing there. I hate to tell you guys, the people who did this, but this is meant to be a pillar of support. It's not meant to be floating around in midair. Oh. Oh, I'm going to call you Melanie then. Sherry, I am sorry. Okay. The one thing we do know is that this foot will grow. Okay. But it's basically taken everything off and not dealt with the bars properly either. I don't know what he thought this bit of scratching was doing. Just scratching it about. Wow. Okay. So Cherry, it grows. That's one of the best things about horses' feet is they're organic and they're dynamic. They'll grow. It's upsetting right now. Don't let that person near your horse ever again. They don't know what they're doing. Don't let them close. In fact, whoever's been doing your horse's feet, don't let them near them. You got to learn how to do it yourself or get somebody who understands what they're talking about, because that, my friend, is no wonder that your horse is sore. Oh, right. What a great trim. Wow. Okay. Okay. Just pretend none of this happened. Ignore it. It'll move on. It will grow. But we've got to be starting to take away the things that shouldn't be there. That Mother Nature wanted this to be left. She didn't want this callus, but Pony needs it. Horse needs it. But she wanted that to be left. Leave that which should naturally be there. Remove that which should naturally not be there, right? Isn't it so topsy-turvy? And let's just have massively scalp the foot. Okay, so you need to learn you need to have somebody who understands trimming or are going to learn, okay? Yeah, it's pretty rubbish. And then we're back to that left 4 again, aren't we? Okay. Ooh. So Cherry, if you're listening to this, if you get to watch it, right, I'm with you, my lovely. How awful. But you can come back from this. Your mare can come back from this. Your sweet girl Zoe. She does look like she has got a little bit of ring bone in there, potentially beginning. So there could be a little bit of arthritis, but frankly, when horses have had their feet fiddled about with so much, then where P3 has just changed position in every single trimming or shoeing, then you're going to get these kind of situations. So the best thing that you can do is let the foot grow. Don't touch the toe at all. Just let it keep on growing down and make sure the back of the foot is trimmed. But you're going to need to get on the challenges, I think, my lovely, to get us all into the same ballpark. Okay, where were we? Megan says 21.3. I think I said that. Ooh, it's quite loud. It's quite high. It's quite high. Anne Blake says 19.2. Sarah says do a trimming tool as a prize. Could do. It's a bit boring, though, isn't it? It's a bit boring. Lydia says 18,000. Deb says 14.8. Oh, Anne! Anne's optimistic. Anne's going for 32,500. Caroline says 19.8. You're all hovering around that area, aren't you? Teresa 17.35. Gauze, Jenny, I got it so wrong in the beginning. And guess what, Jenny? So did I. Because guess what? I also took toes off. I did. And you know, I think people forget that. Or they don't know because they've not done their due diligence. They don't know that the reason I'm here is because I did all that crap out there before. And I learned that that was the wrong thing to do. I didn't do it badly. Well, badly enough for the horse, right? Because even though, I mean, you know, is there a grade, a grading system of how badly you cock up the foot? Not really. If you take the pillar of support away, and I did, then you're going to cause problems for the horse. And then I learned quite quickly, and I watched and I observed and I changed. And then you begin to see the true foot and the reality of what the world is doing to horses' feet. And all because of bogus science. Literally because of bogus science. So, Jenny, we've all been with you. We've all been with you. Lindsay tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen. No, true. Well, you kind of were listening, but you weren't that deep into the trimming side of it, were you? So you didn't really know, and you were relying, just like Jenny, you were relying on other people for that information, but not anymore. No. Maggie Thrussell, 18.25. Ooh, 25. Maggie, it's getting very refined. Focus, yes, focus. Thank you. 26.7 thousand, Jenny. Acastron. That's quite high. It's quite high. I don't. Monica says, 24. I love your optimism, folks. I love it. Aston, yes, thank you. Don't know what's wrong. I watched trims like this. Oh, because of going back and focusing. I watched trims like this by my ex-trimmers for 9 years. Sadly, 5 with osteonecrosis out of 21 we know at this stage. The result of exactly what your trims look like. Do 10 and 15-day challenges and change trimmer ASAP. That's to Cherry. Just so that you know, Cherry, that's for you. Here is a link to get started. Oh, bless you, darling. Vivian, hi, I'm late. Hi. Go back and watch it. And then maybe in the comments, put what you think on day 71, what you think, how many members we're going to have on Christmas Day. Laura's here. Hello. It's my first live tonight. I really want to learn more to help my navicular mare. I've never caught a live before. Think will be a regular thing for me from now on. Excellent. Brilliant. We love it. Come along. It's fun. And we talk about all sorts of things. Yeah, Bethany, we got care side right. Trusted trimmers, lessons learned. Lessons learned. Absolutely. Megan Trigg says, your poor admin, if we reach that many people, they'll need a prize for keeping up. Yes, they're growing already. We've got quite a lot of admins. Not all of them do a lot of the chat, but we've got quite a lot of admins watching, letting people in, checking, looking at profiles, making sure we've not got burner profiles coming in, and all sorts of things like that. But if we get, well, we're already adding. We added Caroline the other day, bless her. Thank you, Caroline. If we get to the stage, fairly quickly, we're just going to have to grow the admins quickly. So if you want to be an admin, we got to see lots of activity from you in the group, lots of help. Give lots of help with the way that, in any way you can, linking to various things. That's what we want to see. And then we'll be like, that person might be good as an admin. Vivian says 16.7. Ooh, I think I'm around that area. Aston says, yes, that was the right post. Thank you. Okay, good. Welcome, Laura, also fan group from my navicular mare. Okay, we're done. That was 1 hour and 6 minutes. Was that okay? Did Lindsay focus? Did Lindsay bring Mother Nature out to focus? I hope she did. I hope you enjoyed that. I am going to go and get on with some work that I need desperately to do now. Oh, and I do need to upload some more videos to YouTube because I've been a bit remiss on that the last couple of weeks. So I shall do that. Yeah, what are we? Friday. Am I seeing you Monday? Let me just go and have a look at my diary. No, I'm not seeing you Monday because we have a lesson for our Mustangs on Monday. Tuesday, you'll see me Tuesday, and Garry. And on Wednesday, we've got a treat. We are going to see if we can try on a Wednesday to do something a little bit different. And the students stroke pros, because some of them, when they qualify, want to do it as well, want to do a Wednesday Ask the Student live. And they're going to get on as a little group. I don't know how many. I don't know how long it'll last either. They may burn themselves out. I have no idea. But they wanted to take some of the lives off Garry and myself. So we're going to plump on a Wednesday, but going forward, it might not always be on a Wednesday, but probably we'll try and keep it to a Wednesday. So what do you think about that? Do you like the idea of students coming up and saying hi? And you can ask the students so many questions. You can ask them about hoof care. You can ask them about what it's like to be a student. Would you like that? That just means Garry and I get an extra bit of time off, but you guys get to still get alive. Deb Jack says, brilliant. Brilliant. Probably not for what I've just suggested because that went up a minute ago, but thank you anyway. Anne says, just a note, when people are desperate for help sometimes, sarcasm might be hard to distinguish from agreement with the awfulness on screen and language barriers. Love you guys. Me? Is it me that was directed at? Or others? Yeah, and as that goes up and down. Yeah. Danny Spartan says, hi, been watching in the background, and I just want to say a big thank you for the support, and people have linked videos about balance, and the pro who spent last night looking at my collection of hoof photos spanning 2 to 3 years of shoes, remedial shoes, and then barefoot against vet's advice. We got the trim wrong this time round, and I corrected it today after the pro's advice. Sound and vet now agrees we can be barefoot long term. Thanks. Awesome, Danny. Brilliant. That's where it starts. It starts here. Learning. Thank you. Wonderful as usual. You're very welcome. I think that is such a good idea. Yes, you get a break from us then. Gives you guys a break, and we may relate more to people who are newer to it. That sounds like you just want to get rid of us, frankly. Aston, so good to see you here, Danny. Lovely, lovely. Brilliant idea for Student Wednesday. Yeah, I quite like that name, Student Wednesday. Just Student Wednesday. Because we were all trying to think of a name like Wednesday, Ask the Student, just Student Wednesday. That is simple, says what it does on the tin. Yes, sounds good. Student thing. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Is Challenges Zoom on tomorrow, Susan? Go. Oh, yes. God, I nearly forgot. Challenge Club, guys, tomorrow. We have Challenge Club tomorrow night, or tomorrow night for us, 8 o'clock UK time. I'll put it up in the group. And that is the Zoom call where anybody that's been on any of the challenges or workshops just turn up, and it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. It's Barefoot Anonymous. And we just talk about anything, really. We might not even talk about hooves and feet and horses. I was still typing and didn't mean to send that yet. Oops. Okay, I'm going. Bye-bye. I hope you've enjoyed that. And I will see you, the challenge people and the workshop people. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow on Saturday at evening or day or morning, whenever it is. And for everybody else, see you on Tuesday. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. See you then, folks. Bye-bye.